from the Self-Care Whisperer and PLR Self-Care, and today I want to show you how to take a private label rights product and make it your own, how to do certain little modifications. Now, this is a party and event planner. You can leave it at that, but if you do, I would definitely change the colors and possibly the background, brand it, and make it your own. As an example, what I did was I took this picture. I took this little picture and I put it here and I turned it around. I brought it to 90 degrees and then I made it bigger like here, so I will be able to put it in the background, and I'll show you how I do that. You have to first click on each part and make sure they are not grouped and they are not locked. And what I mean by this, when you're modifying a PLR planner, let's go down the page here. Let's say I clicked here. This is grouped. There's an area in here that's grouped. So before I can make any changes, I would need to click ungroup so that I can play around with the images. Okay, so that's one thing you want to look for. You want to look to see if any of the parts of the planner or journal or whatever the PLR is are grouped together. So I look for that and then I click, that's grouped. Now this is locked. So before I could do anything here, I would just need to unlock it and then I can move it around. So those are really the things you want to look for before you start editing if you're going to go through the entire PLR and you want changes to be made throughout. You'll want to ungroup and you'll want to unlock everything you possibly can. So with the background, what I simply do is, okay, I will delete that. And then this is big, so I'm going to take this one. I can either, click the copy key on my keyboard. What I like to do is click, edit, copy, come back up. I do edit, paste, and it's there in the background. Now then what I'm going to want to do is the inside also. So I'm going to see if I can delete that, and I can. So let's bring this smaller version up. Let's position this in the back. We want to leave, there we actually have, did you see there are already margins built in, so we can go ahead and use those. Now, if you stretch, you can see what happens. It's better to go from the corners. The corners will help you preserve the way the image is. So let's keep it in that margin. So now I'm going to put it in the center, and then I will have to pull it out on both sides. This side went too big. Let me see if I can find those grid marks again. There they are. But they're not even in the middle. So we want to try to get this as much in the center as we possibly can. And actually, if I click here, I can click center and I can click middle. And then I'm going to be there. And then what I want to do is I want to go backwards, and there I am. Now, I don't particularly like that this box is showing. So what I would do is I would take the green box, and we'll play around with the letters in a minute, but I would go over to cover it up and just come down there, and I would change that color. I would click on the plus, I click on my dropper, I would click on the pink, and that became pink. Now that's pretty transparent. So I will click up here to see, yes, the designer made that transparent. So I can actually come up and make that just the full color. Okay, so that, and I don't love that color pink, but I can stay in the family along the same lines and just darken it. Put this box in the center and the middle. So everything is centered. Now, if I wanted to change that white to another color, I can look at the picture. You see how in Canva it says photo colors. I can maybe click to something like that. Now, then I can see that this needs to go up just a drop and this needs to come down just a drop. And then here's the box that needs to come over. So you have to play around and you can get your design exactly the way you want it. And then what I like to do when I'm working with the fonts, these are together. So I will duplicate them and then I will take off the top one on the bottom, and then I take my cursor. I actually want to bring that in the middle, so I'm just working with the word. I bring it over, bring it back. On this one, I want to take off the planner, and then I would come up. I know everybody works differently. This way works for me, and I make that easy to maneuver. And what I'm going to do is change the size. Let's change the size of this one. Oh, we want to go down. Let's go down to in the 80s, or I can click on that. Just go to 88. Bring that in the middle. And the same thing, I want to bring that down. Let's just bring that to 36 and see what happens. Now, I had found before, I tried with this top font. You can search through, but this is one I have used before. And what I think I'm going to want to do is do small letters. Party and event planner. And we do have room, so we can go up. Let's try 48. Stretch it out. And center it. And let's change the bottom one, the planner. Let's see what we want to change. Let's try that. It's Shrickhand is what it's called, but I kind of like it. So let's just bring down that. Let's bring that down, see where we need to go with it. 64. That looks to be okay. But you see how it jumps around? You know, I like it to be on one line so I can work with it. I also like to bring it over to the left, bring in the box so that I have total control over the verbiage. So let me make this smaller so you can look at it. But I like that. And I like that combination of colors. I want to make sure that's in the middle. But that's how I would design, and I would go through and change the colors. Like if I clicked on, well, we're not going to worry about the title page, but let's say I clicked on that background, I might want to go with that pink now. Now, when I click change all, it's only going to change. See, some of these are locked in groups, so it's only going to change where it hasn't been locked or grouped. So I want you to be very conscious of that. And the other thing is when you're going through, you're going to change the backgrounds, you're going to change the fonts, the colors. You want to add your logo here. But another fun thing to do is go through the pages. I would change this shape to something else to make it my own. Maybe I would make this a journal page and I would have different prompts written there to suggest for my customers to write in. Same thing here. This could be a journal page with what was the best thing about today. You can make this whatever you want. This is just a regular checklist. So instead of supplies list, this could be a shopping list or a gift list, anything you choose. And you go through the pages and you can think, okay, this says notes and details, but this is just perfect. Change the background, change the color. It's just a plain journal page. And you can make these little block pages, anything you like. It can be times of the day. It can be, I want to do this at 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are things I want to do during my day. You can get as creative as you want. This page can be used for anything. It says a seating chart, but because it's a graph page, you can use it for anything. And when you're changing this, remember, a lot in here, I'm guessing, is going to be grouped because there's a lot of different blocks on here. And go through again. Vendor contact list. This can be part of an address book. So hopefully this got you thinking how you can play around and modify with a PLR, whether you've gotten it for free or you've purchased it. Have fun, tap into your creativity, and just make it your own. Have a great time with it. So enjoy, and I'd love to see what you're creating.